with the draft last night, it was kind of interesting from the standpoint of you actually knew some of the players last night. They've been around for a little while. This is the youngest first round as far as age goes in NBA history, going back modern era, the ABA-NBA merger. So you can go back to the 70s, or let's say 1970. Average age 19 years, 308 days. You had 18 freshmen taken in the first round. You also had 8 consecutive freshmen taken in the first round. Second round, it was just a little bit different because you had guys who were actually juniors and seniors. And you go, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. Didn't he play at Florida? Oh, that guy, yeah, he played at Creighton. And these guys can make rosters. The guys, you're drafting potential in that first round. The freshmen who played 1 year, one and done, where you get somebody who's a little more seasoned, and they're going to be coming in, they're going to be more mature, and probably be more accepting of their role. And these guys will probably be making, there's a few guys in the second round who will make rosters. The Ace Bailey situation, to me, is interesting because he was drafted by Utah and Danny Ainge. But Ace Bailey's rep said, hey, there's teams that we don't want to go to, we don't want to work out for. And I believe Utah was one of those teams. In fact, one team was told specifically, do not draft him. And that team could have been Utah because Ace Bailey out of Rutgers, he wanted to go to Brooklyn or Washington, and there were teams that passed on him. 76ers, Charlotte, but Utah, Danny Ainge is saying, hey, too much talent here. I'm going to take you. They're not even sure if he's going to show up. Normally, this is the day or maybe Saturday where the player shows up, holds up the jersey, and meets with the local media. I guess there's real concern in Utah that he might not be there. And Summer League starts pretty soon. And I think Utah, they get started before just about anybody. There's real concern that you might have a guy who may not want to go to Utah, and then what happens after that? And he's a guy who can play. I mean, he's athletic, but, I think he was just, or his business people said, he doesn't want to go to the 76 for whatever reason. Like, I think he wanted to go where he knew he was going to play right away. He can put up numbers right away. And those places, Philadelphia is going to share the ball with Embiid and, Paul George, Maxey. He's not going to get his touches. Charlotte, kind of a mess. You got a ball-dominant guard there. But, they end up taking Knipple from Duke, but they probably would have taken Ace Bailey if he was willing to go there. But Utah, Danny Ainge, hey, he's one of the slicker GMs that we've had in recent memory, and maybe he looked at this and said it's too much of a bargain. I can't pass up talent, even if the guy doesn't want to come here. Yeah, Paul.
It does feel like everyone's pointing at Utah, saying that, without saying it, that Ace Bailey didn't want to go there. If this were the NFL, Danny Ainge would draft him and try to package a trade to Washington or to Brooklyn. But they would do that on draft night, like back in the day with Eli Manning. It wouldn't stretch over a couple days.
Yeah, you wonder if you're taking talent, but what are you getting with that talent? I love talent, but there are times when you're dealing with talent. I love having it. I don't want to have to, you got to deal with this. And you would think he would be excited to go there. But he might say, hey, I don't want to live there. These other places, I know I could probably be a star sooner. I understand all that. And he was up front with people, but just trying to understand exactly why or why not with Salt Lake. And, the Summer League starts July 5th. So it starts in California, July 5th. It starts in Salt Lake, July 5th. Then it starts in Vegas, July 10th. Summer League. July 5th is not very far away. What are we dealing? 8 days here before he's got to show up? Supposed to show up? Probably needs to show up before that. Say hello to the media and say how much you love Salt Lake City. Come in wearing a Karl Malone jersey. Mark Eaton How about a horny jersey? Jeff Hornacek?
I'm horny for Utah.
Who was my guy, Adam
Keith?
Nice, Paul.
Andre Karolenko?
Yeah.
Young Darren Williams?
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so that to me, that's that great curiosity of, and I'm going to guess they didn't even interview the guy. I'm going to guess they didn't talk to Ace Bailey. This is one of those, now sometimes this happens in the NFL, and be like a guy will go, I didn't even talk to these people. Jacksonville, Blake Bortles. So they were drafting Blake Bortles. They never gave you the impression they were drafting Blake Bortles. They didn't even interview him. Because everybody thought, oh, man, is Jacksonville taking Johnny Manziel? And all of a sudden they go, Blake Bortles. And everybody went, wait a minute. We didn't know anything about this. It does happen. And I think he had like 35 touchdown passes one year. Led the NFL maybe in touchdown passes. Yes, Paul?
Blake Bortles is still one of the NFL mysteries that bother me. I know I shouldn't be making this left turn, but his second year in the league, 35 touchdown passes. Now he had 18 picks, but 35.
I'll take the 35.
4 years later, he's out of the sport.
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Yeah.
Look at Marvin. All right.
Yes,
Yeah,
Mark.
that threw me off, the 35 touchdown passes.
Yeah.
I knew he was the quarterback on the team that they were up on the Patriots in the AFC Championship game.
He was going to go to the Super Bowl.
2017.
He was going to the Super Bowl 8 years ago.
He should have been Nick Foles.
Bounced around. Yeah. A little bit.